very grateful that I'm not doing that. This song is sort of a spoken word piece. It was a million-selling single back in the 50s by Wink Martindale, the famous game show host. Now, it involves something that is a visual aid. This is the visual aid. It's a deck of playing cards. I collect them in my free time. Now, I know a lot of people think that it's wrong to bring a deck of cards into a church, but I don't believe that's necessarily true. There's nothing really inherently wicked about a deck of cards. It's just 52 pieces of stiff paper coated in plastic. It's what you do with them that can make them good or make them evil. This story is a very true story from what I'm told. Back during the Second World War, in the North Africa campaign, there was a church service being held. And this person walks into the back of the church, and all he has is a deck of cards, and he spreads them out on the table. And the preacher gets upset, and he takes him to the provost marshal, and he says, "Son, what are you being accused of?" He says, "Playing cards in church, but I have an explanation." And the guy says, "Well, it better be a good one, because if it is not good enough, I will punish you very severely for gambling in church." He said, "You see, I was out in North Africa for several weeks. I didn't have a Bible or a prayer book or a calendar with me. All I had was a deck of cards. But this deck of cards acted as my Bible." He said, like this: "When I see the ace, I'm reminded that there is but one God that we all serve. When I see the two, I think of the two halves of the Bible, the Old Testament and the New Testament. The three reminds me of the Holy Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. The four reminds me of the four Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. The five reminds me of the five faithful virgins who trimmed their lamps and were spared. The six reminds me that there were 6 days that God took to create the heaven and the earth. And on the seventh day, he rested. The 8 reminds me of the fact that there were 8 people saved aboard Noah's ark. Noah, his wife, and then his sons and their wives. The 9 reminds me of the fact that God healed 10 people, and only one of them thanked him. The 10 reminds me of the 10 Commandments, which are the laws we all obey. There's the king. The king reminds me of the King of Heaven, the Lord God. The queen reminds me of his wife, the Virgin Mary. And the jack, or the knave, reminds me of the devil. But there's more than that. There are 52 cards in a deck of cards. That's how many weeks there are in a year. If you count them all up, there are 365 individual spots, or pips, on a deck of cards. That's how many days there are in the year. There are 4 suits in a deck of cards. That's how many seasons there are in a year. And there are 13 tricks, or sets of 4, in a deck of cards. That's how many weeks there are in a quarter. So, my deck of cards is a Bible, a prayer book, an almanac, and a calendar. The provost marshal was happy, he let the man go. There's a moral to this story. We are like a deck of cards. All we are is a collection of muscle and bone and flesh and blood. It's what we do with ourselves that can make us wicked or good. Thank you very much.